If you have watched the National Day Rally 2023, you have noticed the changes made to housing. I will share on this group of buyers that have been impacted by these changes. First, let's go through what has changed. There will no longer be mature and non-mature HDB estates. These orange towns were previously classified as mature towns, while the blue colored ones were classified as non-mature. This classification came about in 1992 and has been the most hated by singles as they can't buy BTO in mature areas. Another purpose of this classification is to give first-timer more chances if they only ballot for non-mature estates. Recently, all over social media, you see people complaining of how many times they have balloted and still no queue numbers. They probably did not utilize this scheme to give themselves additional chances. The second big news is that from June 2024 onwards, all BTO launched by HDB will now either be standard, plus or prime flats. All BTO in central areas will now be prime flats or plus flats. BTO outside central area and in attractive location like near the MRT will now be a plus flat. All plus and prime flats have a minimum occupation period of 10 years. And this is excluding the 3 to 6 years construction period. While the government has stated that this 10 years MOP has its objective, let me show you what was not touched upon during the National Day Rally. In 2022, there are a total of 23,112 first marriages. But in 2022, there are also a total of 7,107 divorces. And what is also predictable is that the majority of couples who are going to get divorced will do so during the first 14 years of marriage. This is exactly the time frame where you are still within the minimum occupation period if you buy a plus or prime flat. Divorces are a significant event and they sometimes even come with kids. By increasing the minimum occupation period, more couples will be affected. If you have not collected your keys, there is usually a penalty of 5% of the purchase price. If you have collected your keys, there is a penalty of minimum 5% of the purchase price. From personal experience, most that I've encountered is 10% of the purchase price. So for married couples who are thinking of purchasing these plus or prime flats, do be aware of this monetary penalty. Plus and prime flats on top of a longer minimum occupation period, when you sell, you will also be taxed, which the government calls it a clawback. These plus and prime flats, you can never do a whole unit rental and the resale buyer will have to fulfill eligibility like income ceiling. Now for some good news, singles can now purchase 2-room flexi BTO all around the island, unlike previously only in non-mature estates. For singles willing to wait, from June next year, they now have an additional option of 12 more HDB estates. This is good news for all singles, but do be aware that the income ceiling is 7,000 for singles. My name is Edwin. Follow me for more useful property tips.